ROTC, it's a 4-year program. You learn all the skills that you would learn in the 10-week basic training that the U.S. Army provides. That and some more. You get leadership training on top of that.
So there's a great fear of the unknown out there. People think you're joining the Army when you join ROTC, and that's not the case.
Simply sign up for a class, and then the join the Army part comes once you sign a contract stating that you're going to join the Army after college. But joining ROTC by no means means you're in the Army. It's just a class to teach you about leadership and basic military customs, courtesies, the culture and everything.
All it does will help you out in further life. I mean, we focus on helping the student become a leader. It's not always Army driven. I mean, yeah, our background is Army, and a lot of our training is Army, but what we teach these kids is problem solving.
It's a student-run battalion, so the cadets are actually running the program themselves. They're out in front of their peers, and they're in charge.
You're just expected to be professional at all times, and it's kind of uphold that culture of service, I guess. Just be respectful, but also be professional, wear the uniform correctly, all that good stuff.
What we expect the students to be committed. You come into the program, whether you're doing it for just to try it out or whether you're actually contracted and you're going to continue on and with this as a career afterwards, we expect you to commit yourself to the program.
Because we want to see cadets that are motivated and come every day giving the best that they can, whether it comes to PT or it comes to just learning everything that they can, whether it comes to interacting with other cadets, because in this Army we are a people Army, and it consists of working well with other people every day.
Well, first we just expect them to be students, because we're not under any delusional thoughts that they're soldiers yet. So the most important thing for them and for their sessions is they're here in college for a reason. So their academics are the most important thing. So on a daily basis, we expect them to go to their classes, take their tests, do their studies, and perform well in that function. For ROTC, on a daily basis, there's only certain requirements where they have to be here. One of them is PT. That's usually on a daily basis. And then when we have class time with them in lab on Thursdays.
A regular day for an ROTC student starts out with PT at the morning at about 6:30 in the morning, goes till about 7:30. After PT, you have your classes, any homework that you have to do, a regular college student type life.
You'll have a classroom session, about an hour and a half block of instruction based on military topics of leadership, tactics, just the Army principles and how it applies to your future as an Army officer. On Thursdays we have our leadership lab, which is about 2 hours in length, where we go over topics such as fieldcraft or drill and ceremony, how to march effectively, to tactics, moving in formation as a squad or platoon element, and reacting to enemy contact or engaging the enemy.
Just seeing that progression from freshman to senior year, they start to transform themselves into leaders. Everybody starts out as a follower, but they're taking the necessary steps to get themselves to the next level, and it's inspiring not just for those around them, but for us as well as instructors. And it reminds me and the rest of the instructors why we're here, why we do this in the Army for 20 years, because those are the soldiers that you want to see, and those are the soldiers that you look at.
So it gives you, I guess, a lot of confidence, especially if you're not used to being in front of people and leadership and all that. It really does develop you in that area, so you're ready to go out. And even if you don't know all the knowledge specific to your job, you can be there and at least be the leader that they're expecting early on. And also it goes out into civilian careers as well. Just having a confidence. A lot of people you can see are kind of scared to get in front of people, whereas here we're not. Taking charge is something that we need to do, and so it really prepares us for life in general.
I'll definitely never forget my 4 years of here in college and how well that the ROTC program has shaped me as a person and as a leader, because I thought I knew how to be a leader and how to be an effective student until I came here and joined the ROTC program.
Going to the military will develop you, more than anything else you can really do.
I know that it's prepared me for life after college. I could say that this program has really, made me better in a lot of ways. And I know one of those ways is academics. Back when in high school, I really didn't care about my grades a whole lot. It was easy to kind of skirt by with an easy 3.3 GPA. And when I came here to BG, I realized that, if I were able to put in a lot of time with my academics, it would really pay off.
And the best advice that I could give somebody that's contemplating it, or they're too scared to come talk to somebody about it, or they're afraid it's going to take up too much time, is to give it a shot. At least get some information. Don't deny yourself the opportunity of something great because you're too scared or fear to step up and take your life by the reins, really.
ROTC really is a brotherhood. You definitely get to bond with other cadets daily. You see them every day. You have different clubs with them that you're a part of off campus or on campus. We go out to eat sometimes. There's just many different aspects that we join up as a brotherhood and one cohesive unit, and it really is spectacular because I know the guy next to me or the girl next to me will have my back through anything.
I'm very grateful for the friendships that I've made here at Bowling Green State in the ROTC program, and I won't soon forget it.
I'm not sure how long our military careers are going to be. I don't know what our civilian careers are going to look like, but I can guarantee that many of us are going to be lifelong friends.